of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome everyone for joining us today. I would like to open the floor for nominations for council president.
I nominate Mike Lindstrom.
A second.
You don't have to have a second. Oh, okay.
So,
Go ahead and take nominations until you're done nominating.
okay,
I nominate Brett Morgan.
all right. Any other nominations? Mike being the first that was nominated, we will do a vote seat by seat. John,
I nominate Mike, I vote yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Mike,
Oh,
for yourself,
sure.
Jesse,
No.
Tom,
No.
Brett.
No.
Okay, you had four, so
that is the majority, therefore, Mike, you are president of the Borough Council. Congratulations. We will open up the floor for the nominations for vice president.
I'll nominate Jesse Wagner.
Alright.
I'll nominate myself.
any others?
Alright.
John, this is for Jesse.
Yeah. I'll vote for Jesse.
Jane,
Jane,
Yes.
oh, sorry. Annie,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Brett.
Yes.
that is majority?
Yeah.
Therefore, congratulations, Jesse. I will open up the floor for nominations of President Pro Tem.
John.
Brett Morgan.
No.
No.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Nomination out for John.
Anybody else want to nominate?
I'll nominate myself.
Anybody else? Okay, for John Hyhock, John,
Yes?
Jane,
Yes.
Annie,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Jesse,
No.
Tom,
No.
Brett.
No.
Okay, for Tom,
Who are you asking?
for Tom here. Yeah, he didn't get enough, he only had four.
I know, who you asking me? Who are you asking for the
Oh.
first?
Sorry, John,
Yeah.
Jane,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Brett.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Then you can nominate over.
Is that for Tom?
Are they gonna move?
They don't have to do that.
I guess we have to tonight.
I have to hand it to you. Is it Mike?
It's fine.
Now you take over the meeting.
Congratulations.
Tom do it for night. I'm not really. Oh.
If you gotta do it, you're the one who wants to do
Just
it.
go down the agenda.
All right. Night.
If I do, you can- Congratulations.
Okay. So what, we're going for an appointment of the sewage?
Yeah, these are all, these are who we have right now. We can do them all, last, 2 years ago, we did them all at once. We can do them separately if you want, it's up to you.
I make a motion to make Russ Braun sewage enforcement officer.
Okay,
I'll second.
and building code official, do you want both of them together?
Yeah, I'll make both of them in that motion.
I'll agree. As a second.
Can we do a roll call vote on that? Mr. President?
Sure.
John,
Yes?
Jane,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes. Okay. How about secretary, treasurer, no officer, pension officer, water?
My motion, we make Barb Hart secretary, treasurer, right to know officer, and pension officer.
I'll second.
You got it.
Do you want a roll call or?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
John,
Yes?
Jane,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes. For the auditor, Haynes and Company.
I motion for Haynes and Company.
Second.
John,
Yes.
Jane,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Jesse.
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes. Okay, for the solicitor, John Thomas.
I make a motion, we keep using him.
I'll second.
John,
No.
Jane,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Annie,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, for the sewer department engineer, the Eads Group.
I motion Haynes Group.
Second.
John,
No.
Jane,
No.
Mike,
I'd say we have to for now.
Annie,
Yes.
Jesse,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, next, set the meeting schedule for, September 2026.
Gonna suggest the Tuesday after the Monday?
You're still gonna meet on Mondays, okay?
Yes.
Any further?
Mondays except for the September would
And
be
the
Tuesday.
September meeting, Labor Day falls on Monday, so either Tuesday or the Monday after.
Any comments?
Just looking.
Maybe the 8th instead of the 7th.
What's that?
So it would be the 8th instead of the 7th. First September.
Well, Tuesday is,
It'd be the
First
8th
or
or
the
the
8th.
14th.
Be the 8th.
we'll do the Tuesday right after.
That's what I suggested.
Yeah, I think Tuesday right after that one conflict with your son's meeting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be, no, it's first Monday is the 7th.
First Monday.
First
Oh.
Monday is the,
You're
First
right,
Tuesday.
you're
first
right.
Monday is the 7th.
I'm sorry.
Auxiliary meeting.
You gonna do it the following Monday on the 14th?
The 8th would work, cause Sunday meeting's on Tuesday, first Tuesday for me.
Auxiliaries on the second.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? I'm down to.
I'm fine with the 8th.
The 8th, okay.
The 8th?
Let's go with the 8th.
Everybody okay with that?
Okay.
We don't need a motion on it, do you want a motion on it?
I'd like to ask, Mr. President, if I could address the board real briefly, please. I have a prepared statement I'd like to read.
Okay,
I'd like to ask the elected officials sitting here tonight.
what's that?
So did we finish that? Did we vote on that? Are we good? Or-
Did you guys want a motion?
I asked the president if I could speak.
I just asked if we were done motioning that thing. Do we need a motion or not? Before we move on.
Do we have a motion to change the meeting date?
I make a motion to change our September meeting on Tuesday the 8th.
Okay.
And Mondays otherwise.
Well, yeah, just, I said September's meeting, but
Second.
Roll call?
John,
Yes.
Jane,
yes,
Mike,
Yes.
Yes.
Danny, Jeff, Brett,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
I'd like to ask the president if I could address the board.
Go ahead.
I would like to ask the elected officials sitting here tonight to please take a moment to try to have an open mind when someone is speaking. The people of our community have chosen us to represent the best interests of Mount Jewett and its citizens. There are going to be times when we disagree, and that's okay. We're all a product of our environment, and we're all educated and experienced in different areas. We all have strengths and weaknesses. In the end, we should be able to come together because we all share the same goal of the best interest of our community. Our elected position is a position of trust, and the core idea here is that public service should not be used as a path to personal enrichment. Now, my next comment, I'd like to have it in the minutes, please. It is a 100% fact that a council member, Mr. Brett Morgan, works under the Eads Group license at Highland Township. And it is also a fact that Councilmember Brett Morgan works under the Eads Group license at Norwich Township. Therefore, he is involved in a business relationship with the Eads Group outside of a Mount Jewett setting. This is important that Mr. Morgan does not participate in discussion or vote on matters related to the Eads Group or our wastewater system while the Eads Group is our engineer or wastewater treatment plant operator, because if he does, this would be another direct violation of the State Ethics Act, Section 1103, because of his business involvement with the Eads Group. He works these two positions that he could not collect money if he was not working under their license. And it's important that he doesn't use his position to participate in discussion or vote on matters that relate to the Eads Group that could be a conflict of interest. Thank you.
Comments?
so should we take another vote on the sewer department engineer then?
No, we already did that. That's recorded. If somebody wants to file a complaint, that's documented that he already voted.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyone wishing to address council? Okay. Could we have the mayor's report?
Mayor's report, first of all, thank everyone who did support, the vote for all of our organization up here, for all of our borough councils, also our tax collectors, etc. It was a very strong, election day for Mount Jewett, and we did feel that because we were out there all day, and we saw so many faces. There were questions as to why there was a mayor even on the election, ballot. I did not create the title for me to be here. I am not the only person on this board that has been a mayor. So I didn't create it. It's been around since about 1893, this position. However, in this position is a lot different than a lot of bigger cities. We don't have a lot of power. We know that as mayors up here. But if there is an emergency, I am your contact. I am your person. I know when we first moved here, Annie was very beneficial because she had the police, the fire police, and I hope to bring at least a little bit of that back. I do feel that our community can be well supported with that. I just am asking everybody out there to help us. Our community definitely needs our volunteers, not only for the fire police, but also for our ambulance, for our fire department, even our borough. All of our organizations, our churches, our businesses. I will call on everybody to be a volunteer. If you have followed me and my husband for the last 6 years, we are not asking for people to be that crazy and be that involved. I'm just asking everyone by the next meeting to be involved in something. Reach out to the Rotary, reach out to the Sons, reach out to the ambulance. See how you can help. Like John Hydock said, we all have our specialties. We all have our strengths. We have people that love people. We have people that don't want to talk to anybody, but you know what? They'll call anybody. Be one of those people. Be a doer. Let's bring people to our community. Let's be proud of our community. And that is something I've been trying to do since I moved here, was just to bring pride back to Mount Jewett. It's been here, it's in pieces, especially up here on this board. We have some very strong people that are here and very supportive of our community. I would love to see that more in the community itself. Thank you.
Thank you.
A motion, we accept the mayor's report.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Do we have a maintenance report?
Yeah, it's in the
No.
packet.
Okay.
So, I have something I'd like to ask the council, what their opinion would be on this. I'm just throwing this out there. Because when I read this maintenance report, there's a few things that I'd like to question and, just to straighten something out of what I'm thinking. And I was wondering if we could, go back to the old way of having the maintenance supervisor attend the meetings and pay him, his rate to attend the meetings. So, if we wanna ask about something, or the citizens wanna ask about something, the maintenance supervisor's here, to address him directly with that. When we read the maintenance report, if we have a question, that doesn't get addressed. So, with that being said, I'd like to make a motion that we have the maintenance supervisor attend the meetings like we always used to do.
I like discussion on that.
Alright,
So you sat in that chair for a while, and it's not always fun when you have to sit there and have people criticize you in a meeting. This job isn't one day a month. You don't just show up at 7 o'clock and show up till the end of the meeting. You can come down here as a council person, you have the agenda well in advance, and you can talk to the maintenance supervisor and ask any questions. If there's a question from the citizens, I think that just breeds an opportunity for problems, especially when we had an individual in the community threaten to shoot our borough employees recently. I don't know that that's something that they need to be put out in public and deal with.
Well, with that being the case, maybe we should take precautions for the meetings in general.
and have a camera system,
But
security.
that's just gonna show what happened, but at the end of the day, I don't really know that these people that are out there working 13, 14 days in a row in the snow need to come in here and deal with the citizens complaining because you didn't pile the snow right. That's our job. We volunteered for that. That's my thought.
Yeah, I don't think that they need to be here to be, you know, where, like you say, getting criticized about things that, you know, that's up to us to straighten those out. If a citizen comes to us about it, you know, that's up to this council to take care of it.
Well, I agree, and I respect your opinion. I was just putting it out there because of questions. Sometimes somebody will come here with a catch basin question or something that the maintenance supervisor is already familiar with. They might say, well, hey, this catch basin hasn't been cleaned out, and the supervisor can say, actually, that's on my agenda for tomorrow, or we're waiting for a lid, or whatever it may be. We gotta tear it apart and cement it in, or, I mean, it's just to me, it closes the communication gap. And when I was maintenance supervisor, yes, I got criticism, but I actually liked coming to the meetings and seeing what the people had to say. A lot of times it was complaining about a pothole or our plowing methods or whatever, but, I liked dealing with the public directly, and I respect your opinion if it's different than mine, but regardless, I officially would like to make a motion that we have the maintenance supervisor attend the meetings, and if it don't fly, that's okay. I mean, it's just an emotion, you know. If it gets a second, okay, if it don't, that's my opinion.
Okay, we have the motion. Do we have a second?
Second. I think transparency is important, and we all wanna work together and everything, but, yeah, I'll second it.
Good. All in favor? Yeah.
Ron,
Yes?
Jane,
Yeah,
Mike,
No.
Annie,
No.
Jesse,
No.
I make a motion, we accept the maintenance report.
Second.
Motion made by John, second by Brett. All in favor? So carried. Okay. Barbie, read, Borough.
I haven't been reading it the last couple of months.
Motion to accept the borough manager's report.
Second.
Motion made by, Jesse, seconded by Brett, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay. Same thing for borough manager's report.
What happened to the mirror?
We already did that for the borough manager's report.
Oh, minutes.
Minutes.
Oh, look.
Oh, we didn't have a roll call vote on that? I must have missed the whole thing.
Wasn't it?
I didn't say yes or no. Was I supposed to? I'm sorry.
That's just.
Missed that.
First and second, there wasn't a motion.
I did hear that, but I didn't hear the roll call vote. Did we have a majority vote? I don't. You have to play it back on the video. I didn't vote either way. I'm sorry. Did we vote?
We do
Did-
roll call for
Aye.
the manager's report.
Okay, did you vote?
Sorry.
Okay. So I can't ask a question on that now, right?
Do you have a question?
Yeah, what happened to the mirror on the truck? I was just curious.
Manager's report?
They got too close to the garage door and they bumped it.
Alright.
Okay, moving on to approval of the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion made by Tom, seconded by Brett, all in favor? So carried. Approval of treasurer's report and payment of bills.
You talking about all the bills or the sewer bills of the borough or what?
Just line 13.
We never did get Fadenholtz.
I got it today, it was, 3,700, something like that. A little over 3,000, you want me to go pull it?
Yeah, I think we need to,
We'll be there next month. We'll be there next month. If it's not on the barb, if it's not on the thing, it don't matter. It's not gonna get approved anyhow.
Huh?
It's not gonna get approved till next month anyhow. It's not on the meeting packet, so there's no sense wasting your time.
Okay.
So, was that motion last month or how did we get to that?
No, it didn't, but we can bring that up when it comes up next month.
motion to accept the treasurer's report and the payment of bills to the borough.
Motion made by Tom,
Second.
They sent us that money.
seconded by Brett, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, so carried. Approval of the sewer department treasurer report and pay bills.
I have a question on that.
Okay,
So, if you look on this bill, it says industrial chem labs, $647.11, 100-pound lift station degreaser. Does anybody know anything about that?
Yeah. Lift station greaser that we bought.
Okay, so, where does it come from, and who ordered it, and
I
how often do you have to
ordered
buy
it.
it?
I ordered it, it's in the back room, and haven't used it yet. They ordered I can't remember how much I ordered, just a couple drums, or a couple 100 pounds, and it's sitting in the back room.
Because,
And I haven't used it, because we just had our pump station sucked out not too long ago, so I didn't need it, but I needed it before, and then we ended up having a problem.
so the reason I'm asking is, it says industrial chem labs, $647.11. And it caught my attention because I never used that much degreaser in a whole year when I held that position. I'm not accusing you or making a negative comment, I'm just saying that's what caught my attention. So what I did was, I looked at last month's, expenses, and I seen industrial chem labs, $548.86. And then I looked at the month before that, and it said industrial chem labs, 288.63 degreaser. And then I looked at September, and it said industrial chem labs, 148.638. And so I'm wondering,
Here's what Barb did, she called, she canceled it because they put us in a reoccurring order. I haven't used any of it yet, and it all sits in the back room, so if you wanna take the bills, if you wanna go out to the back room and look and inventory it yourself, go ahead. But it's all out there,
well, it's almost $2,000 worth.
I understand
That
that.
should be many
And
years.
she caught that, I didn't, and she canceled it. So it all sits back
So we
there.
can send it back, or what?
I don't know, call, she just got it. So,
Okay, well, I'm saying from September, we didn't.
I
When the
understand.
authority had this, when the authority had the sewer, they were using degreaser quite often.
And I looked through the authority, and I never seen any industrial chem labs anywhere. I
Well, it
did
wasn't
see,
industrial chem lab, this was a cold call, the guy called me, oh, this is the greatest degreaser, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try it, well, we just had it cleaned out, it hadn't had a bill, I'm supposed to eat wipes, supposed to eat this, supposed to eat that. It's all sitting back there, I haven't used an ounce of it, and
so basically, you spent $1,700 on
you're
something we
basically,
didn't
yeah,
use.
you're 100% correct, John.
Well, when accidents happen, that's so thank you for catching that, Barb, and I will
Didn't
eventually
realize
use it.
that-
It'll
I
get
didn't
used.
realize that it was, you know, this reoccurring charge, and they were sending it, oh, we gotta have half a pallet, this, that. It happened. It's all back there, the guy's got it, I haven't even opened a box,
So they basically put you on auto delivery. and you
pretty
go.
much.
And
And it all sits
Somebody
back
have to
there.
sign for it, or?
Well, like, it's delivered UPS, I haven't even
Well, I
opened a
didn't know
box.
if anybody had to sign
No.
for it, if you could
No.
have rejected the shipment and not
No.
been charged, or.
They just drop them.
You just drop it. The guy called, oh, hey Brett, how's that going? Well, I haven't used it yet, and well, we got this package, blah, blah, blah. Barb finally says, hey, they're charging us astronomical rate. I said, well, we're done.
I guess we won't need any of that for a while.
Well, it's not gonna go bad,
No,
and we have 2 lift stations, so. Don't worry, not running the sewer anymore, so you don't have to worry about it.
A motion to accept the sewer department treasury report payment of bills.
Motion made by, Jesse,
Second.
second by Tom. All in favor? So carried. Excuse me. Let's move on to committee reports.
And you don't have any committees, cause you gotta set them, so you might as well just go.
Alright. How about the, estimate to update the borough code? Any news on that?
I think they were gonna wait until after money. It's like $1,300, but you don't wanna take something that, doesn't have to be done right now. So, I just put it on here so people remember.
I agree.
Okay, Hamlet Township line.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Is that the sewer line?
That was the sewer line that they were talking about taking over or something.
So that
I
would go
never got any
to,
information on anything, so.
Yeah, I would say that's,
Okay, moving on to new business. When do we need to sign this retainer for deeds for,
I gave everybody a copy so they could read through it.
right, good,
I read through it, I have something I'd like to bring up. If,
go ahead.
If you read line number 24, it says, in this contract, to the maximum extent permitted by law, the client agrees to limit the engineer, its officers, employees, consultants, agents, or insurance policies liability for the client's damages to the sum of $25,000 or the engineer's fee, whichever is greater. This limitation shall apply regardless of the cause of action or legal theory pleaded or asserted, including claims of breach of contract, breach of warranty, negligence, other tort, or otherwise. And what stands out to me is, this is a contractor that we hired. Next month, it'll be 6 years to run the sewer plant. And if we sign this contract, the way it's written, no liability falls on the Eads Group if the plant fails, or if somebody proves it's failing. And what could possibly happen is, and I wanna be careful how I say this, if it becomes a proven fact that the sludge is out of control, and we lost control of it during the 6 years that they were running it, the $2 million that it cost to dredge and drain the lagoon and restore it to the condition it was in when they took it over would fall on the citizens. And I don't think the citizens are negligent. They pay their bill, Hamlin Township pays their bill, and Georgia Pacific pays their bill, but everybody would have to absorb that expense if it ever came about. And so I feel that if we're gonna hire someone and pay them, we've given them $84,000 in 5 months, the last 5 months. However, some of that's for the engineering of the collection system. I believe it's $18,000 a year to oversee the plant. If you're a contractor and you're hired to do anything, cut a tree down over somebody's house and it falls on their house and smashes it, you're liable, and that's why you have insurance. If they're a contractor and we hire them to run our plant and it fails under their leadership, they're liable. Why on earth would we sign that we're gonna limit their liability to $25,000 when the liability could be in the millions? You know, and I think if we're looking out for the best interest of the citizens, it's really important that we don't hold the citizens liable for the failure of the plant when we hire a professional to run it. And I'm not gonna sit here and make the accusation that it's failing. I'm just saying, you know, we all have an opinion, but together, we're looking out for the best interest of the citizens of the community. And if, as soon as we put our hand to this paper, if that plant fails, the citizens pay to restore it. And I personally don't think that's correct. So I'm making a motion that we don't sign the contract.
I second that, because for me, there was
My question
I would like to
for
discuss.
discussion is, how's that any different than when we had our own certified operator? We bore the whole liability. It's not that any other
And we saved
certified
thousands
operator.
of dollars over it.
Now listen, we didn't save thousands of dollars over it. They have a tort and liability limit of $25,000. But when we had our own operator, whether it was you or Rod Peterson, the liability was fully on the municipality or the sewer authority, if it failed. Now, with the Eads Group, there's a $25,000 cap on what they can be sued for some sort of discharge or failure. But I don't think you would ever get any sort of contractor to come in and go, well, yeah, I'll assume $2 million worth of I mean, if you were running the plant with your license and doing it on a contract basis, I don't think that you would open yourself up to the possibility of there being a contaminant from outside sources that you didn't know about, and you'd be solely liable for $2 million or $5 million.
Well,
I mean,
with all
really.
due respect, and if you wanna finish, I'm sorry. Andrew.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just making a principled statement. I'm not
Well-
talking about your knowledge of the plant or anything. It's just, who would do that?
What, I'm sorry, but, go ahead, what was the
No, that's
question?
it.
Tell me what the question was.
The question is, would you open yourself up to, if you as a business person were running it under your sewer license, would you say not put a clause in to protect yourself from tort or liability due to unforeseen circumstances?
Well, when I ran it, I was liable, but the borough would have been liable ultimately because I was an hourly employee.
So that's your argument.
However, I was there 44 hours per week and I wasn't a contractor. But what I wanted to state was, and I don't want this to be disrespectful, but you are participating in discussion and lobbying for the Eads Group, which you're in a business relationship with,
I don't
so
get
you
paid
shouldn't
from
be,
them.
you
I don't
shouldn't
get
be.
paid from them. I work for different municipalities. These
But you
agreements are
couldn't do that
completely
job without them.
separated. I could do it under your license. I
If-
could do it
yeah,
under
but
somebody
you don't,
else's.
you're working under them.
I get that. But
So
I'm not
you're
gonna
lobbying
argue
for them
these-
with your position
I'm
on
not gonna argue
council.
these points with you here.
Alright.
So I just wanna point out that you explicitly just stated your own hole in the argument. You said you assumed what exactly did you say? You essentially said that the,
I assumed the liability, but the borough ultimately held it with their insurance because I was an hourly employee.
so you're saying
But
the
they're a
borough holds it
subcontractor.
even with you, nor if it's with the Eads Group. and that's the basis of your argument, right? So
The basis of my
either way, the municipality holds the liability.
So at least E's group would pay 25,000 if something went bad.
That's nothing.
Well, I'm just saying from a contractor point of view, they're a contractor, not an employee, that's the difference. And if you're a contractor, even if you're working on somebody's car and you don't tighten the lug nuts and the wheel falls off, you're responsible. So we hired them as a contractor to run the plant, and if it fails, we shouldn't hold the citizens responsible for that. Yes, you're correct that if we had an hourly employee and the plant failed, then the citizens would have to pay because they were an employee of the citizens. You know, what I'm trying to say is, they're a contractor, they have insurance for things like that, and I'm concerned, seriously concerned, that there's gonna be things showing up here that proves negligence, and that's why they want us to sign this, because they know that I know what's really going on.
That's
And
been
there's some other
there.
people that don't know, because they don't have the same education that I do, and I'm trying to protect my town here, trying to protect my citizens, and I'm asking you people to work together with me to protect us, the citizens, or are we gonna protect the Eads Group? Why, I mean, they're a contractor, we pay them, if they fail, then they absorb the liability of it.
Just
Why would you not want to represent the citizens?
Mr. Hydock, just to be clear, the people on this council, every decision that we also make, all of us, affects not only the town, but it affects this set of citizens on the council too. Do you really think that we're gonna make a decision that hurts ourselves?
I hope not, I'm just bringing it to your attention so you don't.
In the intent to, I actually don't know what the end goal there would be.
That if our plant is full of sludge, and I can prove that it wasn't when they took it over, they could pay the $2 million to dredge and drain it and restore it to the way that I proved that it was when they took it over. That, I'm talking about millions of dollars here, and if we sign this, they're only responsible for 25,000, and the citizens are responsible for the rest. I don't wanna do that to my people, I'm here for the people.
So, I think the other side of this argument is, now you're talking about the sludge. And so, that's a part of why we're doing the Penvest loan and the revitalization of this system. We're not only dredging the pond, so you're talking about the 2 million already, that'll be, it's 70-80% grant money, 10-20% loan. And we'll get an estimate and we can vote on it at that point. But the other side of this is, that'll take care of whatever you think is negligent, possibly, and then it's a grant, it's free money. So then we get the bonus of having our system revitalized anyway.
I truly respect what you're saying, Jesse, and actually, some of it I somewhat agree with, and I give you a lot of credit for being on council, man. I actually think you're one of the most intelligent people here, but there's some information that you don't have. And one of the things I'm gonna read here, this is a report from the DEP, January 9th of 2025, and it states, the solids level in lagoon number 1, as reported on the chapter 94 report, is greater than 20% and indicates a need for planning schedule for removal. Mr. Shetler, Bo Shetler is a licensed operator for the Eads Group. Mr. Shetler stated that this is included as part of a pending loan application.
Yes.
So do we have a pending loan application to dredge the lagoons?
So it's in process. What do you asking?
What I'm getting at is, are we getting it says, Mr. Shetler stated that this is included as part of a pending loan application. Do we currently have a loan application that's pending for millions of dollars to drain and dredge the
It is
lagoons?
being prepared by the Eads Group as part of a Penvest proposal for grant/loan, and it is in the works, and that's to the point when you talked about the $80,000, that's a contract that we signed for $400,000 to deal with the upgrade in totality of the Jewett sewer system.
I do agree, and I haven't read the whole contract, so I could be wrong, because I wasn't on council then, but I was under the impression that the $460,000 we gave the Eads Group was for the design of a collection system, not for the dredging of the.
No, that was included as well.
Okay.
It's in totality with the dredging of Lagoon 1 and the upgrades to our current system.
So we have a pending loan application?
We are going to be submitting the loan, it is going to be submitted, we haven't put it in as an application as of yet, because you have to have all the permits in hand, but it is being worked to, and there's a contract signed to that end.
So, this here, other paper says, certified operator failed to comply with Act or Chapter 302 regulations, failure of the certified operator to establish and provide oversight for record keeping for treatment plant operation, sampling procedures, and pump station operation. Now, to me, that's neglect, and I didn't write this, the DEP did. So if they're guilty of neglect, why do we wanna hold the,
We had a motion and a second, you've talked about this ad nauseam before you were a council person, we've discussed this. I get you've made a motion not to accept them, she seconded it. Mr. President, can we have a vote, or are we gonna sit here all night?
Well, how about, what's everybody's thoughts on, should we bring this up to the solicitor? This little section of the contract, get his input.
That's fine.
well, that would have to be a separate motion. Right now, we have a motion not to sign it in a second.
Well, I still want to bring it up. Okay, we have a motion and a second.
Here's the deal, even if you don't sign it, it can be broken any time, but you need to have your operator for 2026. And if you don't sign it, you don't have one. Now, you can break it at any time, there's clause in there, it's not a yearly contract, it can be breached at any time for the operator. So I would bring it up to your solicitor, and then if you find it to be refractory, then breach it.
Unfortunately, you're lobbying for a business partner.
Yeah, I get that fact, John, take to the ethics committee and I'll pay another goddamn fine, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
Can we please drop the
No,
language?
I'll say what I want. So, what are we doing?
If you can't,
Let's have a roll call vote on whether we should sign the contract or not.
Okay, should we sign the contract? Mike? Yes or no?
Yes, go
And-
along with what Brett says of it being able,
Ian,
being able to be breached at any time.
Yes.
Jesse, Brett,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
John,
No.
Jane.
no,
I make a motion that we run it past the solicitor.
Second.
Motion made by Brett, seconded by Annie, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, we are at towing of cars parked on the streets, there ain't no parking out there. There's a bit of a problem, because some people don't have any place to park off the street. What would be everybody's thoughts on going to alternate side parking?
So, Tom and I had talked about this, and I drove around town, and I looked at a lot of stuff, and if you drive even through Main Street, we got like 4 different signs that don't jive with each other on Main Street. And in the area that it most desperately needed, in the middle of town, there's no signs. Anderson Street, there's one side parking. Boyd Street, there are signs for alternate side parking, but they haven't really been enforced. I think we really need to go through and put new, fresh signs that dictate where we need it. If you go up to High Street, you can only do one side, because if you do alternate and 2 cars
That
are
is a
parked,
problem.
you just can't
We
do it.
tried that years ago and
Every street almost has to have its own. I think Main Street should be alternate side. It was midnight, or I can't remember whatever time, to 6. One of the signs says from 4 to 6, the other one says from 3 to 6. The other one says alternate side on Main Street. I think alternate side on Main Street works, but we have to have consistent signage that everybody can see, because if you, like, across from your place, you look by the Veterans Memorial, it says, alternate side.
Right.
And then you go over here and it says, no parking at all. Anderson Street, I think you could probably do back and forth, but it's pretty tight, so it might be just the one side parking. And then if cars aren't moved within X amount of hours, we gotta look at our ordinances. Because, okay, so 24 hours, not a big deal, 48 hours, it's gotta be moved. And then put in there, talking to our solicitor about towing the cars, so that we make sure, we have a company that'll do it. I think a 3-strike warning would be warranted, you know, put the thing out there, 1, 2, third strike, we're towing your car, and it's at your expense, but we need to have it bookended by our ordinances matching it, which I don't know that they do, and our signage matching it, which it doesn't in a lot of spots. Some streets, it's no problem, because everybody has a driveway, you know what I mean? So, this is a problem every year, and people know that they need to move their cars, but there are some cars that's like, all right, we have to tow you. But I really think whoever you put on the street committee is gonna have to go around and look at these things and make a conceited effort to go, this is how we fix this problem, and this is the signage we're gonna do for the appropriate parking on appropriate spots. I don't know how else you deal with it.
My opinion is that, if you get into towing people's cars, you're opening yourself up for liability, because they could start claiming damage, that you damaged my car when you were towing it, and my transmission never did that until you towed my car, and my answer to it is the same as when I was maintenance supervisor. You plow around the cars, and then you watch. When the cars move, you go back and plow again. I mean, there's been times I come down here on a Saturday, didn't even punch in, got the truck, and went up there and cleaned out High Street, because when I left my driveway and went around, I seen the cars were all gone, and there was piles of snow where the cars were, and so I took the truck down, and it took a few minutes and cleaned up the street. Yeah, it takes a little bit of babysitting, but, you know, realistically, 2 guys can plow this entire town in 2.5 hours with 2 trucks. And so, unless you got a snowstorm nonstop, there's plenty of time to go back. If you take a little bit of time, go back and clean up where the cars were parked. Sometimes it requires what I would call babysitting, but, that's a lot cheaper than getting into all this legal stuff with towing cars. I personally am against towing cars, is what I'm getting at.
Well, I think that'll be up to your street committee, Mike.
Okay,
I think maintenance needs to be talked to too, maybe they have the same route, so if they know 3 to 6 work for them, for all cars on the right to be off that side of the road. I think that's a key thing right there, is if they are in the perfect world plowing the same streets at the same time, but at least they're aware of, hey, there should be no cars on that side during this time of day.
I know if the maintenance supervisor was here, I'd like to ask him what he thinks about it, or his opinion, but I guess we're not gonna have him come to the meetings. But that would be a good input, because he drives around and sees. I wasn't saying that as a smart remark, I'm saying he drives around and sees what happens, and he would probably have a lot of input on whether he thinks it's better to.
I think the street committee can talk to the maintenance supervisor, because I know how Rick is, and if he was here, I don't think he'd like his remarks.
All right, that's a.
okay, so that'll come up to the streets committee. Public comment policy. Not sure what,
Well, it's up to you, whether you want public comment at the beginning, you want it at the end, you want it both, that's your baby.
so far it's been at the beginning, correct?
One time it was at both ends, but it's up to you as president, it's your purview, you can decide.
I know my opinion would be, Mike, if you wanted anybody else's opinion, I think it would be good to, limit the comment to 5 minutes like we always did, but also give a comment period after the meeting, because there might be things that we talk about at the meeting that citizens wanna ask us about, and they gotta wait 30 more days to come back here, you know, because they can't talk right now, because public comment is closed. But there might be something that we're discussing right here that they might say, hey, I got an idea about the parking.
You got a point.
You know, so I like the idea of 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after, so,
Per person, correct? If somebody takes.
yeah, 5 minutes.
Talks before, they still get a 5 minute after as well. It isn't like they use up their 5 minutes on either one.
Yeah, each time, right, sorry.
Okay, what's everybody else's thoughts on?
My opinion on that, we, are all elected officials, we have the ability, our phone numbers are posted, if they'd like to talk to certain council members and ask questions, that's fine. This is a business meeting, and we're all volunteers, and to sit here for 2 hours and be berated for 5 minutes apiece by people sometimes is what happens. If it's a genuine concern, they can talk to you, me, whomever, my number is always available, everybody else's is. Call and talk to us, and we'll give you an answer, and we'll mark it down and put it in for the agenda next month. I I don't mind public comment, but at the end of the day, I don't wanna sit here if you get 5 people with 5 minutes at the beginning, 5 people with 5 minutes at the end, you plug up a meeting, and all of a sudden, here we are trying to rush through a business meeting because we've spent an hour, you know, taking
Well,
public
the-
All
comment.
right, how about this, we try
That's my
before,
opinion.
My
before
opinion
and
is
after,
we're here for them,
and see
so.
how it works, we can change back.
That's your purview, you're the president. You can set it however you like.
I think people appreciate the opportunity to talk to all of us at once instead of calling one person and doing it that way. Well, let's just give it a try.
I don't care, he's the president, he can set it any way he wants.
We're gonna try it both ways. Before and after. If it works good, we'll keep it. If it don't, we'll get rid of it. Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion made by Tom,
Second.
second by Jesse, all in favor.
Aye.